Ian,
Hello, mate.
give us your reaction. Tell us why you had to get yourself out that game early.
It's embarrassing. That game, I got there 5 minutes late, so it's embarrassing to be late. But then to turn up and watch that. Gabriel, for the third goal, Gabriel marched across the pitch, spoke to Declan Rice, told him where he wanted it, went back, and Declan Rice, to all credit to him, stuck it straight on his head, and he scores a third, and nobody even watched. The defenders didn't even know that he'd been over to him and told him where he wanted it. It's embarrassing. There's no passion. The team has no passion. It is frustrating beyond belief. This game we call football is gone. There's no tackling. There's no aggression. It's a London derby. I see more passion in Sainsbury's.
Ian, I've got to stop you there, by the way. Arsenal played with passion and played with intensity.
They did. Listen,
your team didn't.
No, yeah, they did. Absolutely right, Perry. Absolutely right. And there's nothing. Arsenal were and are a better team. And any West Ham fan out there that sits there and goes, "We're as good as these. We should be doing this." We're nowhere near it. We're not even close.
But Ian, sorry, mate, but even though obviously there's a difference in the abilities in the teams, but you can still make it difficult for the opposition. You said there, I didn't see any anger from the West Ham players, even from the start. Even when you're conceding goals, the first one from Saliba, no one shouts and screams at each other, and no one makes each other accountable. So there was just there's no aggression from your team at all.
There's no leader. There's no leader in that team. You have no captain. You have no one that goes, come on. When I played football, not at the level of them, but you had passion for the game. You wanted, if your team wasn't doing it, you turned around and went, look, come on.
It's got to hurt.
At least we're losing 3-0. At least have a bit of pride. Let's show these fans who've paid a lot of money, travelled long distances, that we're willing to put the effort in.
But Ian,
we're willing to do something.
Ian, let me tell you, we did the game live here on talkSPORT at the Emirates Stadium where your side suffered. Your side suffered for that win. You had to stay tight, stay compact, chase the ball for the entire game. You took your opportunities on the break. And you almost embarrassed Arsenal in a way because they didn't have a plan B that they could go to try and overcome you. And today, in front of your own fans, it's the complete opposite. You've barely touched the ball again, but this time around, no cohesion, no communication, and I just don't have words to explain the stark difference between those two performances.
If you're, and this is my biggest issue with West Ham at the moment. Those players don't understand what it is to be if you're a Newcastle fan, you're a Geordie, you understand passion. Fan. You understand, but Arsenal fans understand passion. But if you don't show that, what is the point of turning up? What is the point? Unless you turn around and go, come on. We need a bit more effort here. You know, when we played at the Emirates, first half, they annihilated us. They didn't score, but they annihilated us. Again, second half, we just worked harder than them. We worked harder and we gave everything. Today, we gave nothing. And it's embarrassing.
Ian, have you ever, you said you arrived late. Have you ever left early before?
Oh, you won't believe this. One of the guys sitting next to me said the same thing. I only left once and I was about 12 years old and it was at the Upton Park and it was against Arsenal and we were 3-0 down then. Probably not far off. But what is the point in staying? You knew it was going to be 6-7. You know it's coming. There's nothing there to defend.
Normally, right, I get angry with players, support your team to the end. But I'm with you on this one because as a fan and how you feel is, I've made the effort and showed the application to come and watch you play and I've paid to watch you play. The least I can expect is 100% effort on the pitch. And
absolutely.
Not what I don't think. I must admit. Normally, you can say, "Well, he did all right. Maybe Jared, but it's not his fault. He's playing up front. Do you know what I mean? As the long distance sort of centre forward. But I don't think one player can come off that pitch and look themselves in the mirror and go, "I couldn't have given any more."
Oh, I couldn't agree more. If I was Moyes in there, I'll tell you what, they'd get the hairdryer treatment. If that was a Fergie team, they would have got the hairdryer and they would have deserved every single bit of it.
Do you know what I'd do, I'd run them after the game. I'd go, right, you can't be bothered to put it in on the pitch in that 90 minutes, or you're definitely only having tomorrow off. I know they'll come in for their, their ice baths and their massages, but they've got to be put to them in certain terms that what the prerequisite is that you give everything for that shirt that you're wearing, and that ain't happening today.
Let me ask
you're an ex-pro, Perry. How do you stand and look yourself in the mirror at the end of that game and said, I earned my money today? How do you do that?
Well, I must admit, my thing was I run around. I had to run around and give 100% effort. So I was, but I agree. But when my teams are getting beaten, and when I was the best player when I was younger, I used to get really angry. I used to get angry with my teammates. I'd get angry with the referee. I'd run around kicking everybody. That hasn't happened today.
Ian, let me just ask you. You said the last time you left the game early, you were 12 years old. I mean, I can tell by your voice you're a little bit older than that now. How many years ago was it?
Oh, that's 43 years.
43 years ago. All right, Ian, appreciate your call on talkSPORT.
Cheers,
John, you're a West Ham fan. You were at the game as well. You left early. How many years ago was that, the last time?
I've never, ever... hi, everyone.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hiya. I've never, ever left. I've been going to West Ham since I was 6. I'm 62 now, 56 years. Never, ever left early.
Today's the first time you've left?
Ever left early. I was embarrassed how bad we played. We set up. Normally, we defensively, that's our big thing, we defensively. So I'll be honest with you, for this season, I argue with all my friends and all my sons and everything that we're not playing the best football I've ever seen, and I'm not happy about it, but we've never been in the position we are. Probably had the best 3 years we've ever had under David Moyes, but today was... I'm not picking out anyone, Kurt Zuma. I've never seen anyone give the ball away so many times. The passes was terrible. Kudos never kicked it. What are we doing? And Arsenal just ripped us to shreds. And then to hear their fans singing, they didn't start singing until they scored, but then I can't stand that sort of stuff. So I've left early, and I've never seen anything like. I've seen some bad West Ham teams, but this was the worst performance, I think, in all my time.
John, you know what? Ian, we had the first call before, and yourself, right? Normally West Ham fans phone up and they're really, really angry and they're boiling. Do you know what I mean? Which you understand. These two calls, and from yourself, John, it's like a bit of, like, even your energy and your passion has been, like, sapped away.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But I'll be at the next game.
Well, we all do that because, obviously, you support your team through thick and thin. But it doesn't even say, normally you'd be raging about referee, wouldn't you? You'd rage about a certain player, or you'd be raging about a decision, or, it hasn't gone for you. But now there's no rage, is there? There's like, it was just embarrassingly pathetic.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, and it was just like, that's what it happened. And then I got half time. I wasn't going to leave at half time, and then I went at a pint and dropped it. It's the first time I've ever dropped a pint at West Ham.
Was you in shock? Is that what it was, Joe? You was in shock?
£6.70 all over my Sunday foot.
That hurts.
Oh, that was it. I thought I've had enough. I'm going.
At least you didn't have a pie as well. But where are you on the David Moyes then? Because you said about the couple of seasons you come 7th, and you obviously won your first trophy, 43 years. And I think this could be a real pivotal moment for David Moyes, because he pulls a result out the bag, but I can't see him surviving this. Can you?
Well, I'm actually sitting here with my 2 sons, Lee and Jordan, have been with me ever since those coming to. No, they're not since.
Have you said sorry to him, John, for making him support West Ham? Have you apologised?
I know. That tattoos at 4. No, it was and I just said this. It could go. I really think it was that embarrassing. It was that bad. But we haven't been since. I think the last win was Arsenal, which was magnificent. But we didn't play great, but beat it. And since then, we really haven't played very well. We've nicked a result at Sheffield United when we probably didn't deserve it. We just don't play. I know everyone goes the West Ham way, but the West Ham way in my life, we've
been relegated. Exactly, yeah.
And lost. And lost, but so it's given us the best 3 years, but that was so bad today. I mean, it's probably still going on. They're probably still scoring now. I don't know.
John,
right. Good news is, John, it's still 6. It's all right.
John, appreciate your call this evening. Just seen stats from the game. Arsenal have had 25 shots, 12 on target, 72% possession. 5 shots for West Ham. They have had 1 on target. They've touched the ball 6 times in the opposition box compared to Arsenal's 46. It has been absolute domination statistically and on the scoreboard, where Arsenal lead by 6 goals to 0 now in the 89th
Do you know what
minute.
reminds me when David Moyes was at Sunderland, and you could tell sometimes when they panned to the bench and he thought, I don't know what to do here. Even he has lost his anger, isn't he? He's sat on the bench. Normally, your team's getting beat 5-6, you'll be ranting, raving, pointing. He's just sat down and just an air of acceptance. And he can't believe, I don't think he can believe what he's seeing. Because it seems like it's a team that is not playing for the manager. That's what it seems like.
Let's ask George, West Ham fan who joins us now on talkSPORT. Good afternoon, George. Is your team, are these players playing for David Moyes right now?
All right, in long and short, no, I don't think so.
That was just short, George.
Well, if you look at the players we got, and I know, listen, first and foremost, hi, chaps, how you doing?
Hello, afternoon.
So, really, if you look at West Ham's midfield and the players that they have and the calibre of players they've got, I think they're probably the best. That's the best holding midfield we've probably ever had, right? And apart from maybe back in the 90s with the academy boys. But they don't seem to want to play, and you've got no leader there. Zuma is terrible, I think. If you look at the Calvin Phillips one the other week, hospital balls everywhere. And I don't think they're managed right. I don't think David Moyes plays the players in their correct roles. And I think he's far too defensive. And we've been lucky for weeks with our results. Lucky boys. I'm surprised we've gone this far without getting trouts this bad in a long time.
George, do you think that West Ham players are going through the same sort of stage as what Spurs players did with Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, where they're going into training and they find the training boring and repetitive, and it's, let's hold on to what we got, and it's not on the front foot sort of football. And any job that you do, if you don't enjoy your training and you're excited by it, then you're not going to perform and you're not going to express yourself.
Definitely, 100%. I mean, if you look back at like previous players, when you've had your flair makers, your Payets, etc. I mean, missing Paqueta is massive because West Ham can be good in the centre of the park, but we haven't got a playmaker fit at the minute. That just plays that deadly ball and just can't play bowling through. And today was just, I think it was coming, mate. I was out with the boys last night. We went to that Tocker Social. It was a good laugh. But I said, I think we're going to get trounced here. I think we're going to get our pants pulled down. And it's exactly what's happened. Because I think it's been a long time coming with this negative football.